a pick. And with the future is certainly bright with him.
Get crossed over. Do not.
And we've got Draymond at the 4. And no time on that one. Durant's got the first points on the scoreboard. Nurkic a screen on Thompson. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Crane
Makes from out beyond the arc. Curry is just as deadly from mid-range.
Lillard attacking. McCollum outside. They set the pick. Pass to Turner. The 3. First foul.
Durant has really improved the impact on house. You get a little outside of yourself. You have
Nurkic, the first player, Chris, in over 30 years to record a game with 28 points, 20 rebounds, 8 assists, and it's the first player, Chris, in over 30 years to record a game with 28 points, 20 rebounds, 8 assists, and 6 blocks.
Yeah, he lit up the Sixers that night in the win for the Blazers. His hot start ignited Nurkic fever in Portland and helped propel them back into that playoff run.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Trailblazers trail by 3. On the wing, Turner. Three-pointer. No good there. So Golden State will take it the other way. Curry on the wing. By Lillard. Curry shot is off.
Pretty high percentage look at the deep end off. Just couldn't knock it down.
Lillard dishes to Turner. Shoots from 12. Got a piece of it. Durant kicks to Pachulia. Stolen by McCollum. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Shots good by Turner.
McCollum is always in there. Fantastic skipping the ball over to the open man.
Golden State's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Curry. Again, Curry missing. Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Curry against Lillard. Shoots over Curry. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And as he squares up for mid.
The shot, no good. Great D that time from Curry.
He hasn't been very precise at all.
Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And here's McCollum. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He dishes it to Nurkic. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And this motion offense of Terry Stotts. A great fit for the roster of the Blazers.
The coach builds his system around his talent, not the other way around. Great firepower, especially the backcourt. He's done a great job with this court.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
And they straight up are getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ed Davis is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Collins comes in for Harkless. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Evan Turner. And it's Pat Connaughton in for McCollum. Iguodala against Aminu. Second chance effort. And Davis pulls it down.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Aminu, and it's sent back by West. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. Some solid defense from Lillard. On deep, and that's not going to go. And so it's Portland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Work ethic, a big part of Steph Curry's success as he...
There's obviously ways that you can get better as a player from year to year.
And he's certainly become not only a complete player, but the kind of true star guys that every team is looking to build around.
You know, when he was drafted, Steph was viewed by most scouts as a great shooter. Not a centerpiece, but boy, were they wrong.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
Al-Farouq Aminu is out there with Collins. And there's Davis. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And for Damian Lillard, Chris, last season arguably his best yet as far as individual numbers are concerned. And yet again, he was snubbed for an All-Star game.
Well, he just calls it wood on fire. I mean, Lillard, a two-time All-Star, he probably should have made it a few more times. I know he feels that way, but he's not focused on the accolades. He's focused on winning.
Well, we see so many of these players, Chris, in the NBA reach notoriety very early in their careers, sometimes even while they're still in high school. What was it like growing up as a star athlete and all the hype that surrounds it? You were the #1 high school player in the country coming out.
Well, you have to stay focused. You know, I didn't grow up in this era of social media and everything. I can only imagine that pressure now, but really you have to stay focused. You have to realize that you're just in the middle of your goal. You're not a celebrity or a star yet, no matter how good you are on that level. Everybody in the NBA has been the best player on their team at some point in time, so things are going to even it out. You have to stay focused, stay goal-oriented in school and in sports, and hopefully the best things will happen. And if you're lucky, like I was, you have some real good people around you, whether family or friends.
Yeah, good mentor. Warriors trail by 18. Kicks it to Iguodala. No good on the shot. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Over in the corner, Lillard. Over Iguodala. Lillard misses. And the Warriors, as you said, Chris, have come so far from their years of despair back in the 90s. Couldn't happen to a better, more supportive group of fans.
Let me tell you something. From the days I played there, or of course before that, the Warriors fans have always been known as some of the most loyal fans in the NBA. Whether the team is up, whether the team is down, whether it's thick, thin, or whether it's sunny outside, or whether it's a storm. These are some of the loudest fans, one of the loudest arenas in all sports.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Harkless with the buckets.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Pachulia. They grab their own miss. Here's Curry with the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 7 points for Steph Curry.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
A three from McCollum. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Well, I love how he used his strength that time to get a shot up. A powerful player who continues to get better. Well, you hear the term coach on the floor often, but it's usually reserved for point guards. But Draymond Green deserves that title, too. He's the general for this team of calling out defensive plays and assignments. I mean, Draymond essentially just helps run the team's defense every trip down the floor.
On the free throw, no good. And with Draymond, a lot of guys can just bark out stuff on defense. But you know what? He studies the opposition. He watches a lot of tape. And really, he is so prepared, Chris, going into a game.
Well, you don't get considered to be one of the best defenders in the league without working like Draymond. He'll break down film on specific players to learn their tendencies. If you miss an assignment, he'll get right in your face about it, regardless of who you are.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
But they recover it.
Love the inside game of Turner. He's not the biggest guy, but that doesn't stop him from capitalizing in close to the bucket.
From deep. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Took him no time at all on that one. Turner's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, he struggled out of the gate, but now he's really cooking in the second quarter.
Here's Curry. Nails the 16-footer.
Able to stop on a dime at full speed. Curry with the nasty pull-up.
Trailblazers leading by 16. Now here's Turner. 9 points in the game so far. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in.
Tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Here's Pachulia. The Warriors have shot just one free throw, missing that one earlier. That free throw, no good.
Oh, man, and the little shoulder shrug at the line. Keeping that shooting arm loose. Durant's game is so...
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Trailblazers lead by 17. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
The first
Show.
half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny, what do you think?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third. Warriors trail by 17. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, the sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. And it's Pachulia in at the 5. McCollum against Thompson. Floats one. Green with the block.
And there's the standout Jalen Green. Again, excellent at utilizing his length to turn away shots.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And so here's Portland. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Well, Chris, we often ask you who the best power forwards are right now. Let's switch it up. Who do you feel is the best true center in the league right now?
Well, I think you have to look at DeAndre Jordan and defensively what he does, and then maybe go down to Detroit and look at Drummond or Marc Gasol and how he can step back now, shoot the 3 and post you up. But to me, it's a no-brainer. If we're talking centers, and maybe he's even a power forward, I got to go with DeMarcus Cousins. He's a 7-footer that can score outside, inside, knock down free throws with consistency, 3-pointers with consistency, post you up like an old-school player, and then hit you with some new-school moves. He's something special to watch.
Embiid is intriguing as well, I think.
You have to love Embiid. He's a new school.
Second chance buckets have been huge.
He's got to find better looks, so he's never going to pull out that funk he's in tonight.
Shoots from 12. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for it. Thompson. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 3rd rebound on the night. He kicks it to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard outside. To the paint. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Look, that matches his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 in the first, now he's got 1 in the second.
The pass to Harkless. The teardrop falls in. Harkless has got 9 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Portland. Davis comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Noah Vonleh in for Harkless. Then for the Warriors, Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. Right, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Turner with it. West picks him up. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking. Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court. Look, if you let Sean Livingston get to the free throw line and in, I mean, you might as well just be a layup. He has become lights out with that nice turnaround jumper from that range. Hand in his face, look.
And it's Davis with the jam.
Lillard's so solid at moving the ball. When one of his guys has a clean look, he quickly gets it to him.
McCollum kicks to Turner from 12 feet out. That ball. Nice speed that time for McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Livingston is incredibly lethal from that mid-range spot. He's perfected it, especially, Chris, since he likes to drag the smaller guards down to that range.
Oh, yeah. Livingston knows where his spots are on the floor, and he goes right to them. It's a big reason why his shooting percentage is high for a point guard. He's just a very smart player who knows how to make the most of his game. It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Green. Over Lillard. Livingston, that's good.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
6 on the shot clock. And it's Lillard missing. Warriors shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Again, the miss by Thompson.
He doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
You better respect him. He forces the defense to hit him.
And the Warriors with some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Young comes in for Green, and McCaw is subbed in for Sean Livingston. McCaw. His 3-pointers off the mark. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. McCollum against Thompson. There's a screen. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Portland again missing. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. What he had to say.
Got to keep tracking down balls.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Trailblazers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Swanigan is out there with Aminu. Then it's Collins, and it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. It's rebounded by Golden State.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
Offensive rebound. Another shot. No good from Caspi. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And part of analyzing a game can be offering forth critique of players or officials or organizations. Chris, how do you find that balance of candor and yet not being too critical, being too harsh?
Great question. The way I try to have an honest balance